TikTok Live number 15. Here we go. December 23rd, 2023. We're on right now. Mustafa Yaya joined. What's up, Mustafa? Dylan 541 joined. Dylan, what's up? What's up, friend? How we doing? How's everyone doing tonight? Saturday night. It's Christmas weekend. Dylan 541. What if we held hands in the Kia summer sales event? That would be romantic, wouldn't it? That would kind of that would mean everything. That would be pretty defining, wouldn't it? I don't think life gets much more apical than that. That is the apex of life at that point. The Kia summer sales event, holding hands, maybe a little mist coming down, a little misting in the air, nice fog running over the hills in the evening, sunset, starlight coming out. That would be romantic at the Kia summer sales event. I like that idea, Dylan. Riley joined. What's up, Riley? Karen Gandhi 529 joined. What's up, Karen? Karen Gandhi, what's up? What's going on? I did a what if we held hands at the neighborhood electrical box? It would be memorable, memorable. It would be very memorable, but I don't think that would be as romantic, It wouldn't be as electric as the Kia summer sales event, being that it's at the electrical box. I think it would work against us, right in the middle of the street underneath the street light that's flickering in and out. What? What's going on, fam? I don't know if anyone's ridden the Citibikes in Manhattan at all, but those newer, they've been out for like 2 years now. It's like a light tan bike. Those bikes fly. I'm not kidding. Those things must top out at like 20 miles an hour. They are dangerous. They fly. Like you hit a bump and you catch a little bit of air all the time. Ashley Walpo joined. What's up, Ash? How we doing, Ashley? How we doing tonight? What's going on, friends? Anyone do anything fun for Christmas? Anything fun for the weekend? User 51705 join. Wolves Bane 27 join. What's up, Wolves? Travis Dupois. Travis Dupois joined. What's up, Travis? How's everyone doing? How are we doing tonight? Had a nice day today. I was off today. Got out a little earlier yesterday. Did everything I had to do. Today I was off. Got to hang out a little bit. Got to go for a nice 4-mile run. That was nice. It was super packed on my bike ride back in Manhattan, by the way. It was people on every corner. I mean, sure. I mean, it's a Saturday evening in Manhattan in the middle of winter with all the Christmas lights and whatnot. Travis Dupois, love your vlogs there, man. Keep up the great work. Travis, I appreciate that. Thanks, Trav. Trav, what are you up to? What are you up to in your career? What's going on? Webb C. Garrett joined. What's up, Webb? Webby G. How's everyone doing tonight? It's kind of a nice night out. A little humid. It's cold, like in the 30s, but the humidity makes it feel like high 40s. So the run was pretty nice. Very quiet in Central Park. I mean, given I did run at 6 and it was dark out, like pitch black out, but only a handful of runners out today. Very, very quiet. IS, thoughts on NYU College of Dentistry? Well, that's just down the road here. It is one of the top 3 most expensive dental schools in the United States, and it is the largest dental school in the United States. The class size is 400 students per year. It's you see a lot of turnover there. There's a lot of dentists that they pump out of there, and I know a lot of students. I know sometimes you get held back a year, not even just a class. I think that's something that you want to keep in mind when you if you were to go there. Okay, it's big class size, like I said, and it is extremely expensive. And on top of that, the rent in Manhattan right now is out of control. It's out of control, and I don't know if it's going to come down anytime soon. So just some things to keep in mind. You know what I mean? Travis Dupois. Let me make these big. Here we go. Working as an emergency department tech and then going to PA school. Excellent. Congrats. PA, NP, as well as CRNAs. I think these are some of the top jobs in healthcare right now. I really do. I firmly believe that. PA school is just 2 years. That is now not physician assistant anymore. That's now called physician associate. So Trav, good luck. Let me know if I can help you get there. Let me know how I can help you in any way, studying, ideas. Good luck, all right? Let's do this. User 987654. Can you talk about the athlete that recently passed after dental-related sepsis? Someone sent me the article on that too. I didn't have a chance yet. Just yesterday, I didn't have a chance to look at that. I think it was he had like a brain infection, a brain abscess or something. I didn't read it in depth. I could be entirely off with this, but from what I remember, I thought it was like he had an abscess of the brain that was bacteria related. The source was an odontogenic infection, so odontogenic meaning teeth. That was the source. Apparently, I had bad dentition too. So that's as much as I know about it. I didn't get to see it after that. Ara 20378. Doctor, I struggle with brushing my teeth correctly, and no matter how much or hard I brush, plaque forms. So brushing harder, brushing harder doesn't actually necessarily clean your teeth more. In fact, that's been associated with gum recession. Gingival recession, the receding gums, consistent hard brushing with hard bristles also, that's associated with gingival recession. And so yeah, you're wondering about tips on this. I would just be careful, okay? I would be careful with that. Personally, I would recommend are you brushing with toothpaste too? That's not, I'm assuming you are. And twice a day, I hope. I would also floss before you, at least once a day, preferably before you brush your teeth. I would recommend getting a mechanical toothbrush, because if you brush too hard with these newer ones, it'll light up red, and so then you actually know, okay, this is too hard. I got to brush softer. You have to brush for at least 2 minutes. That's another thing. The length of time that you brush your teeth, that's important too. So these are just some tips. I hope that helps out a lot of it. Travis Dupont, thanks, man. You are awesome. Travis, I appreciate that. You're awesome too. You're working in the emergency department. That's not easy. And good luck when you get into PA school. I know some PAs. Anything I could do to help, let me know. All right. Moshito, so you don't need an MD for OMFS. No, you don't need an MD for oral maxillofacial surgery. There are 2 tracks. I talk about this a lot. There's the 6-year track. It's the extra 2 years because they spend that time in medical school getting their MD. And then there's the 4-year track. I'm in the 4-year track personally. I'm going right through. I want to get working. I want to get out of the hospital. I want to do my thing, get some autonomy in my life for once. But basically, we do all the same rotations, almost. We do the MICU rotations, the medical ICU. The 6-year residents here don't actually do the MICU rotation, oddly enough, and they're the ones that have the medical degree. Isn't that pretty ironic? But nonetheless, we do all the same surgeries. We do, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. User 98765, you rock, man. Thanks for the education you're sharing here. Thank you for your kind words, man. I appreciate that. Or ma'am. I'm not sure. It's anonymous on there. I don't see your photo. Moshito, when you are a resident and you are covering 5 hospitals at once, how are you able to know surgeries? Know as in KNOW. The most we cover at once is 3 hospitals. However, we do have transfers coming in to 2 of those, and actually all 3 of them are like the main hospitals in the area that we're in, and we get a lot of transfer patients. So that's not necessarily true. Technically, we are covering several hospitals at once. So I take that back. We are covering multiple hospitals. But how are you able to know surgeries? I'm not, Moshid, I'm not sure what you mean by that, to know surgeries. Like when you're covering 5 hospitals, multiple hospitals, that's because you're generally, not all the time, unfortunately, but generally it's because you're on call, right? You're on call on a weekend day or overnight. And you're not necessarily you're doing laceration repairs. You could be doing incision and drainage procedures. So you are doing some surgery, but you're doing the surgery in person. I don't know what you mean by how are you able to know surgeries. User 14716. When I chew on my left side, I feel like localized pain on my first molars. Feels like I need root canal treatments. Maybe. I don't know. You gotta see a dentist. I would get some X-rays, take a look there. Maybe they'll do the hot and cold testing. Maybe EPT. That's the electronic pulp test. We don't do that in oral surgery, but in general dentistry, endodontics, they do that, right? RTCs, root canal procedures. That's generally done. That's endodontists are the root canal specialists. I would start with the general dentist, and then if they think that you might need the root canal, then you might be referred to the endodontist. yeah, that would be a good thing to look into. Lib Lib said, "What was your GPA before you matched?" So my GPA of dental school, we actually didn't have a GPA in dental school. At Stony Brook Dental School, it's a non-ranked. It's non-ranked, and we did have grades, but we didn't get a GPA. Like they had some internal rank that I don't know what the hell they were doing, but they were doing their thing. I didn't want to know it. I'm glad that we didn't have that and not staring us in the face all the time, because that's pressure, that's stress. It's very unnecessary. Honestly, it's very unnecessary. They got to figure out other ways at these schools. It's just not needed. So no GPA. I had only A's and B's in dental school. I'm very proud. Actually, I've never had anything but A's and B's through college or dental school. I'm very proud of that. Thank God I did that. Moshito, how are you able to perform and fleas the surgeries if you were only a resident? Residents do surgery though. You know that, right? Like as residents, we do them. We present the case to a chief resident and attending. I mean, look, like laceration repairs, incision drainages, stuff you can do in the ED, the surgery you do in the, it's very like, this is what you got to do. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's not like we're going to the OR for facial fractures and fixing them alone, just us in the middle of the night. No, that's not what's going on. Eric Gordon, I just finished my 2-week shadowing with the general surgeon. Congrats, Eric. That sounds exciting. What'd you think? Did you like it? Air Travel Freak joined. Millie joined. Alana DiNapoli joined. Joy joined. What's up, Joy? What's up, Alana? Kendall joined. What's up, Kendall? KNKD joined. Jen joined. What's up, Jen? What's up, Jen? Maverick joined. Mav, are you in Korea yet, Mav? Mavericks, he was on the TikTok live from, what was that, Wednesday? I think that was Wednesday. And he was saying he's going to Korea for a business trip. And Maverick and I know each other from the Gary Vaynerchuk, the Gary V NFTs, like V Friends, Fly Fish Club. Mav, let me know if you're in Korea yet. User 30279. What was the CBSE super hard? What was it like? See, the CBSE is probably the hardest exam I've ever taken in my life. Yeah, it's very hard. Now, here's why it's hard. Because in dental school, you're not really, like, we did take medical school classes with the medical students, but it was only for the first year. And a big chunk of the CBSE, especially for a dental student, you're trained in like the dentistry courses and stuff, teeth. There's like not much teeth going on. There's no teeth going on in the CBSE exam. So a lot of it is self-taught. You got to learn it on your own. And that's why a lot of studying for the CBSE, the resources is like word of mouth, passing the materials. So that's why I make a lot of content mentoring, because I want to see you do well on it too, if you want to go into oral surgery. And I mean that. Oh, who did I just miss? Channel the general surgeon. I saw that, Eric. Awesome. Lib asked, what is your advice for students starting dental school with the end point goal being OMFS TIA? I'm sorry, refresh. What's TIA mean again? And when you start dental school, go all in, right? I would recommend enjoying your time right now until you start dental school. But what I would recommend is, and don't study until then. When you start dental school, you'll study plenty when that happens. Okay, it's going to be stressful. There's going to be a very busy environment. It's going to suck. I'm just telling you right off the bat. It's going to suck when you start out. There's going to be the equivalent of 32 credits a semester when you start dental school. Do you understand that? That's a lot of credits, and you're going to need to do it all at the same time. And on top of all those classes, you're in clinic too at some point, right? Within the first and second years, you're going to be starting in clinic, working with patients, and you still have 32 credits a semester to handle on top of that. It's a lot. My recommendation is get good at studying efficiently and effectively. Okay, what does that mean, right? So what does this mean? Effective studying is getting higher test scores, right? Efficient studying is needing to study less to do well on exams. The way I figured that out, and everyone does this differently. In college, I used to have to write everything down to study it and remember it like 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Get rid of that. It's about repetitions, and we're all visual. We remember things. We're visual learners, right? I would get a Quizlet. That's what I got. Get the premium version. It was like $20 a year. It's literally nothing. The premium version allows you to put figures onto the Quizlet, you see? And Quizlet allows you to get the repetitions and lets you star the ones you don't know and unstar the ones you do know, so you can focus on what you need to learn. It's all about repetitions. If you're going to do it perfectly, they'll send out the presentation before the class, like a day, a week in advance, maybe at the beginning of the semester, and they're going to say, this is what we're going to go through throughout the semester. If you can, get that entire presentation into Quizlet cards before the class. During the class, just follow along with the teacher as they're going, and they're going to be giving you test questions during that class when they speak. So this allows you to focus solely on the board, what they're teaching, what they're saying, and then you can put that in the Quizlet the week before the exam, days before the exam, repetitions again, study. Everything's in there that you need to know. You know that, right? You have figures put into the Quizlet premium version, and that's how you're going to remember this, okay? That's efficient. That's how you get to be effective, by getting the reps in, more reps, and efficient studying, doing less and less to learn the material you need to get the A's and good scores that you need over time. Got it? Ara 20378. Doc, did you consider doing a dual DDS, MD DDS program? So the 6-year? I absolutely considered it. Of the multitude of programs that I applied to in before oral surgery residency, I thought about it and I applied to a handful of 6 years. I interviewed at 2, Kings County and LIJ's 6-year. I ranked them last because I absolutely did not want to go to the 6-year. I didn't. And I felt that I interviewed well enough that I wasn't going to need to rely on that. Does that make sense? So, look, I didn't want to do it. I'm not going to use the MD. We're oral surgery residents in the 4-year. We learn everything we need to know to do oral surgery, right? Sedations, implants, the most complicated extractions, going to the OR, facial trauma, orthognathic surgery. We do head and neck cancer here too. So that being said, I don't want to do the 6-year. That's 2 more years in school. I get it. It's great. It's excellent knowledge to learn. I'm not going to use it in my career. I want to work on side businesses, side companies, side projects, brands. I want to help people at large in addition to in the operatory setting. Gigi, whoa. That's a lot of comments. Wow. Love you guys. Gigi, what watch are you wearing? Can we see your collection? I won't show you my collection right now. That'll take too much. But right now I'm wearing a Tag Heuer. This is an Aquaracer. This is automatic, so it's powered by movement. This is the Aquaracer Chrono Calibre 16. So is it upside down for you? No, it's just backwards because the phone's up. This is so it's a Tag Heuer Aquaracer Calibre 16. It's the chronograph watch. It's powered by movement. Here you go on the, this is my best watch. It's the, let me see if I can get that in that. It's my most expensive, but it's not about money for me. It's about the functionality and the aesthetic. Kind of like 50-50, maybe more function than, more for like 51% for the functionality of the watch and 49% aesthetic. I think this is the most aesthetic, easily the top 3 most aesthetic watches out there for it's a diver. So it's got the diving bezel, and then it's got the chronograph too, where you can time things. It's got the date window on there. Anyway, you get it. And I thought this was one of the top 3 most aesthetic watches for the functions specifically the diving watches that has both the timer and the bezel. So you could time things. You could time 2 things at once. Essentially, that's what that means. And I needed that. I wanted that in dentistry because I time things all the time. I like the second one, the chronograph, because to the second, you could time when say I'm doing an expose and bond procedure, you need to time when the bond forms. An expose and bond procedure is when you'll get, usually it's a referral from an orthodontist, and they'll have an impacted tooth, say in the palate maybe, and you have to cut the gums, open up a little opening, expose the surface of the crown of the tooth, the enamel, clean it off a little bit, apply etch, bond, and then you place a bracket, a little gold bracket, onto the surface of the tooth with a chain hanging off. After the bond settles and everything, takes about 5 minutes, and you do need to wait the full 5 minutes. That's why I like the timer specifically. It's usually there, and then you just hook the chain onto the orthodontic brackets, the orthodontic wire, the ortho wire. Kid's good to go home. So there you go. Positive vibes follow the live creator. Oh, thanks for positive vibes. All about the positive vibes. So Gigi, what do you think? Gigi, what do you think of my tag? This is my best watch. It's like my James Bond watch, if you will. Love the links too. The band. I think the band is very similar to the Rolex Oyster Perpetual, the Oyster band. And I think that's the number one most aesthetic watch out there. But I didn't want that for dentistry because it doesn't have the chronograph. Make sense? I also don't want a Rolex Submariner. The Rolex is everyone just wants to say they have a Rolex now to like show that they've hit a point in their life where they think success is determined by how much financial stability you have. That's just not what I'm about. That's so I'm not going to get it. If I do get a Rolex, it might be a deep sea dweller, but probably not. I love like craft. You know how there's like craft beers rather than like the name. There's like craft watches. I would say I kind of like that idea too. To find like the hidden gems. I think that's fun to be watch hobbies. I also only like to get watches. I don't just get watches to get them. I like to get watches around functionality and like experiences. So like I have the family time watch, the weekend watch, the beach house watch. This is my like professional dentistry watch, and then I have the oral surgery residency watch over there. It's the Citizen Ecozilla. It's very versatile. I can wear it when I work out too. So it's really about around lifestyle. You know what I mean? Eric Gordon, I enjoyed it. It really opened my eyes to the lifestyle and mindset to get ready to tell patients. Excellent. Ready to tell patients bad news. Ooh. Eric, I do know what you mean there. Travis Dupois, my mentor, who is an orthopedic surgeon here in Connecticut, did his residency at St. Luke's in New York. Oh, interesting. St. Luke's is not too far. Not too far from here. Yeah, that's not too far. Eric Gordon. Oh shoot! Wow. Eric Gordon. I thought general surgeons did everything, but really just cases related to the GI tract. Yeah, for the most part. Yep. Eric Gordon, I didn't know that there was more people in the operating room, like the surgical tech, first assist. Yeah, you have the assist, you have the anesthesiologist, maybe two. You have the scrub nurse. You have the charge nurse. The charge nurse. Elena Camilla followed along. Oh, thanks, Elena. I appreciate that. Lad, TIA is thank you in advance. Oh, yeah. That's right. Underscore asks, getting anything cool for Christmas? Yeah. I mean, my dad got me, I don't wear necklaces, and he got me a necklace. But it was it's the gesture, and it's like a nice Thor hammer necklace thing that I really like that. I like Vikings. I don't know. I watch Viking shows and it helps me get through residency. You know what I mean? And then my mom, I'd asked to get a Jack Mason watch. So another watch, right? But it'll be another like weekend family time watch with like, because now my family's kind of divided here and there and everything. So it'll be another one in that regard. But I'm excited. And I was able to see both my parents. I'm not going to be able to see either of them on Christmas this year, unfortunately, but I spent Thanksgiving with my mom. 2 weeks ago, I was with my dad, so I did get to see them for the holidays this year. In the past, that wasn't always possible. The last 2 years, I've been on call for basically both Thanksgiving and I wasn't on for Thanksgiving my first year, but I have been on call for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's otherwise. Yeah. No, New Year's last year, I got off on New Year's Eve. Yeah. So, Amani, are you Ethiopian? Yeah, I'm Ethiopian. No, I'm American. Eric Gordon, what's up with you wearing layers inside? Oh no, I just wore this. I wore this on my run. I ran on the Upper West Side of Central Park, and then I quickly packed up all my stuff from up there, girlfriend's apartment, and then I came back here. I quickly ran upstairs because it was like 7:58, and so I still have it on. This is why I ran. I had a couple more layers on top, but yeah, good question. Who's this weirdo in the layers on TikTok Live? Who does that? Idiot Sandwich 48 asks, what programs in New York are considered country club programs? Wild Cornell. Eric Gordon, what is what is your opinion on people getting veneers teeth? So here's my opinion on veneers. Like, look, everyone's getting right now. It's like the hot thing to do. Everyone's getting them like super white where they look like a toilet bowl in your mouth. Fine. You want to do it. You do you. You do you. But here's the thing about veneers. In order to get them, you need to shave down some of the natural tooth of the front surface of the tooth, right? To get it on. It's like a tile that you're like gluing on, if you will, to the front surface of the tooth. So you're shaving down potentially good, like a lot of it is good tooth structure, natural tooth structure. I why would you want to? It's just it's like the plastic. It's like part of plastic surgery for teeth. And I'm not into that. I think we should live with what we got, especially if it's good tooth. You want to keep that and preserve it. Just my opinions. Live, are you able to further specialize? And if so, what are the options? Yeah, so in oral surgery, we can go into a fellowship, just like surgical residents in the medical side of healthcare. We could get a fellowship in further specialties such as head and neck cancer. You could go into cosmetics. I know plenty of oral surgeons who several have gone into cosmetics. They're doing more plastic surgery now than they are doing oral surgery. They're doing breast implants. They're doing BBLs. They're doing tummy tucks. They're doing, the butt lifts. So the BBL, the Brazilian butt lifts, they're doing that now. I don't know. That's not Eric Gordon, do you have matching watches with your spouse? No. She has an Apple Watch, and I don't know. She hasn't expressed much interest in getting analog watches. I'm a big analog watch fan. I don't want an Apple Watch. Don't give me an Apple Watch. I won't wear it. You know what I mean? Ara 20378. How does our dental health affect the overall health of our body? Well, one is diet. I know that's not related to teeth specifically, but there are a lot of teeth. I mean, think about it. The guy just the other day who passed away from, I think it was an abscess, an infection in the brain that was predominantly one bacteria that they sourced back to the oral cavity. It was an odontogenic source. That's one example. And another example is they find like strep mitis. That could affect heart valves replacement, certain prosthetic devices that bacteria latch onto if they get into the bloodstream from the mouth. The mouth is the dirtiest part of the body. There's a variety of bacteria that live there. And when they get into the bloodstream from the mouth, that can affect the body. Some bacteria are good, some bacteria are bad. And you want the right bacteria in your mouth. And dental cavities, periodontal disease, abscesses of the mouth, periapical infections. I could go on. There's a number of things that affect the overall body health in other ways. Okay, I could go on with that for hours. Travis Dubois, God bless, man. Merry Christmas. I'll stay in touch. All right, Travis. God bless you too. Merry Christmas. Enjoy the time with your family. I hope you have a happy, merry, and safe Christmas this year and a holiday week. Filippo Bambaci, where'd you go to school? I went to St. Anthony's High School on Long Island. My first 2 years of college were NYU Polytechnic School of Engineering. Now it's NYU Tandon School of Engineering. Second 2 years of college was Stevens Institute of Technology in Hoboken, New Jersey, across the Hudson River. And now I'm in residency in Manhattan. I'm not supposed to talk about it because I don't represent the program in any way, shape, or form, and they get mad when the program's linked to me or whatever. Neo asks, current D3 considering OMFS, have the grades? Good. Wondering if I can handle the program. Is it worth it? Well, to be fair, I'm not out yet. I'm still in residency. You know what I mean? It's going to be up to you. I'm sure you can handle it. It's not really about handling it. It's about making sure that you're doing what you love to do every single day. Does that make sense? You want to make sure that is oral surgery what you're happy with doing. And it is so much more. It's so much more than what you see the oral surgery residents do and stuff in dental school. But you got to extern, you got to go to the OR, you got to assist, you got to be in the oral surgery clinic, got to extern at multiple programs. You got to get an idea of what oral surgery is, not just in a private practice setting, but the residency experience too. It's a lot. You can do it. You got to figure out if you like it. You know what I mean? NYC Carlos, let's go on a run. I just got back. Super slow today. I think it was like a 7-minute, 25-second mile. Whatever. I was all bundled up. I guess I was sucking wind today. Oh well, not a big deal. Got the 4 miles in. It was great. Beautiful night out. It was quiet. When it's quiet in Central Park like that, it's honestly kind of scary when you run like over a quarter mile and you don't even see one human being out there. That's weird. In the middle of Manhattan, that's weird. Eric Gordon, how do spit tests work for lab work? Um, I don't know. Spit tests? I don't do many spit tests. You mean like you spit in a vial and you send it off? I don't know. I haven't done many of those. Ashley Walpole, why is there such a price difference in dental care from us to the other countries? Look, I don't know. Unfortunately, a lot of it has to do with dental materials, dental costs, lab fees, and even bigger than that, what about the insurance? How much is the insurance company even covering these days? That look, I don't like the way the entirety of healthcare revolves around health insurance now. I think treatment should be dictated with what patients need, not what patients can pay for or what the insurance covers. That's unacceptable to me. That's what a patient needs to get is what a patient needs to get, and I I don't know. I just can't believe that people get insurances and they don't even cover some of the stuff. It's just absolutely ridiculous to me. Nicole G, do you do dental implants? Oh, yes, I do dental implants. I'm at 104, I think, right now in 2.5 years of residency. And now remember, half of this time of residency, I haven't been doing oral surgery. I've been on these other services, such as right now I'm on SICU. That's the surgical ICU. And I'm at 104 implants. I'm very fortunate to have done that. Big cases too, all on X's, done a few zygomatic implants. These are some of my favorite things to do in surgery as an oral surgeon. Nicole G followed the live creator. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Victor, how do you feel about dental implants? Love dental implants. So much fun to do. I'm a big fan of the procedure. This is one of the predominant procedures I want to do in private practice when I'm out working on my own. Not on my own, but like working outside in an office setting after I graduate. That's what I mean. Yeah, love dental implants. All on X case. All on X cases when you put multiple implants in one of the jaws, say the bottom jaw, for example, and then a prosthodontist or a general dentist makes like a denture, and the denture will lock into those implants. So much fun. Big fan of those procedures. They're life-changing to some patients. They really are. And that is one of the most beautiful things to see. I got to say that. I think the All on X procedure and seeing it from start to finish, probably one of my favorite things. Dot asks, do you get paid during dental residency? So some dental residencies do, most don't, but in oral surgery we do. We take a lot of call. We're working in the hospital setting. We get paid. Pediatrics dentistry generally gets paid too. General dentistry, pediatrics, they're the ones that get paid as well. And yeah, those ones. Lucas ZCZYK. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, Luke. Hi, doctor. I'm interested in attending dental school. How long did you study for the DAT? So I wouldn't recommend doing this. But as soon as I graduated from Stevens, I took so we graduated end of May, right? So say June 1st, and I took the test on July 21st. That's back in 2016. Oh, she's showing my age here. No. But yeah, so that's about a month and a half. I did about a month and a half, maybe a little more, between a month and a half and 2 months of studying. I would study as much as you can for that. You know what I mean? Give yourself the best possible chance to do as well as you can. User 30279. Is student debt a huge deal for you and your residents? So fortunately, and I'm very grateful this, my family was able to help me through a lot of undergrad, a lot of dental school, and we get paid in residency. So not now, but I don't have loans. I'm very fortunate to that. I don't have any student debt. Student debt for some of my co-residents and some of my friends, it is a very big deal, and it is. But the biggest thing I want you to focus on is you need to pick something that you're happy to do day in, day out in a career. You need to be excited to wake up in the morning. You got to be excited to go into work. even if it's in person, and a lot of them I know are remote these days. That would have been nice. That makes sense. You got to be excited when you go into work every single morning. And there might be debt. There might be a lot of loans involved. And it's easier for me to say that because I don't have it, right? I understand that. I respect that. It's pretty hard, having loans. I know. I understand that. I really do. But you got to be excited no matter what. It's just that simple. Underscore said, why are permanent retainers, I think you mean, more common now than the clear ones you wear at night? The clear ones you wear at night, that could be like the retainer after you get braces. Permanent retainers, they're not necessarily more common. Maybe you mean like Invisalign, the permanent retainers that you're talking about behind the bottom teeth. That's also a food trap and a bacteria trap. So I don't know. I don't know how common it actually is. You know what I mean? But I have seen it plenty of times. New York City, Carlos, what's the best insurance to have for general needs? I don't know. That's a great that is an outstanding question. If anyone knows someone in dental insurance, in medical insurance, I'd love to have a talk with them. That would be fire. Let's do it. Eric Gordon, what trend in healthcare would you like to bring back? I like more private settings for doctors to be available for them rather than working for some business administrative person who dictates what hours they work, how many patients they see in a day, what their salary is. I think it's making a disconnect between the provider and the patient, and I think we got to get rid of that disconnect. And the patient should work solely and primarily and only for the patient, not anyone else. If you treat patients in a hospital, but you work for the hospital setting, as weird as that sounds, you're working for the hospital, not for the patient. You're there to help the patient, yes, and you're doing everything you can for that patient. But I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. It's an interesting thing, and it's more of a business standpoint. And what it comes down to is I think you need full autonomy with patients, That's it. And I come from a point where some atmospheres, it's fantastic, right? You get all the materials you need, you get all the time you need in the world. But in a lot of cases, you don't. When you're working for someone that's not the patient, they want you to see X amount of patients in a certain amount of time because they're getting a cut of your paycheck. And they want you to see more because they want to make more money. They're not even seeing what you're doing during the day. I don't think any hospital administrators have ever come to the clinic when I was down there, ever. They don't know what's going on. And they're taking a cut of your paycheck, hypothetically, right? Now it's different in a residency, this and that, but I think we need to think for the future. We got to bring back that patient to provider to patient connection. You know what I mean? I don't know what that will be exactly. We'll get there though. We'll get there. Nicole G, what do you do about teeth that keep fracturing in the same spot? Well, once it fractures once in one spot, then it's fractured. So I'm not sure what you mean by keep fracturing in the same spot, because you mean like after filling is redone and the filling cracks where it used to be an occlusal or incisal chip or fracture. Well, then you need to see, well, like what forces are being put on that filling to allow the fracture to recur. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? And those forces need to be adjusted. Maybe the filling needs to be taken down so it's out of occlusion. I don't know. Webb Garrett, I had very necessary orthodontic this past summer and insurance wouldn't cover it. I don't know, Webb. Look, this is the insurance situation is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And they claim non-for-profit, but if you look at the balance sheet, you look at a lot of where these money is going, a lot of it's going into politics. It is. Like, that's not what insurance is designed for. Insurance is designed to give the utmost available health care to a patient, not to support your political endeavors. I don't know, man. Look, Ryan USC, can you do an implant on a tooth that's had a root canal? So look, you don't implant teeth. You put implants into the jaw to replace the tooth that was there. Does that make sense? A root canal is on an existing tooth. When the tooth is gone, then you could put the implant in. Make sense? Dot said also, how long is the typical dental residency? So general dentistry residency is 1 year. Pediatrics is 2. Endo is 2. Endodontics usually comes after a GPR year, so it's 3 in total. Perio is 3. Ortho is 3. Prosthodontics is 3. Oral surgery is 4 or 6. That covers the bulk of the residency. Okay, longest. So the longest would be the 6-year oral surgery residency. Nicole Gee, I have a whole mouth of dental implants. Well. I know it, and they're titanium. They don't go off in the airport. Angel, do you want to do orthognathics too, or just teeth and titanium? Pretty much just teeth and titanium. I'm not much of a fan of being in the hospital setting. Just my personal thing. I want to get out. I want to get an outpatient office setting in a clinic and do work there. Just me and patients, right? Let's do what work needs to be done. Neo, how comparable is the CBSE to the DAT? Not even close. Not even close. Completely different. Button Up asked, wealthy parents, nice. My parents worked very hard to get to where they had to make a lot of sacrifices, and maybe you could say wealthy, and then now my parents are divorced, so neither of them are wealthy. Now it's like separate. And that's another issue. So I would just be very careful before you judge others, before you know the true story. Okay. And that's not just me right now. Like, look, I don't care. Like, whatever you could say whatever you want. But after this TikTok, and you go out into the real world and you talk to people and you judge them based on whether they have loans or not, because I was judged many times in dental school for this, and I found out that I just can't talk about it, because just like this now, I would get judged, and it has nothing to do with me as a person. It has nothing to do with me as my career as a dentist, but it has everything to do with you judging other people, and I would be very careful with that. Am I clear? Does that make sense? And I know you're not gonna. You have an empty profile picture on here. Your name's Button Up. I know you're not going to do anything about it. You're just going to keep going on your day. But for everyone listening, it's very important not to judge people when you don't know the true story. Okay. And if you do have loans, don't judge other people for not having loans. And people that don't have loans, don't judge other people for having loans. Okay. It's very bad to judge people for anything. And I'm going to make that clear. Don't do that. Okay. Tyler, are you in trauma? We do facial trauma. In oral surgery, we do a lot of facial trauma. So yes. Live, what's the benefit of doing OMFS if a general dentist can take courses to perform what an OMFS would? No, a general dentist cannot do certain cases that an oral surgery would. No general dentist is doing orthognathic surgery. No general dentist is doing facial trauma. No general dentist is. Some of them are doing certain sedations right now, and now that's threatening sedations being done in all of dentistry from that. So that's something to think about. Dental implants, the big all-on-X cases, that's a very invasive procedure, and it should really be reserved for the dental specialist trained in complicated and challenging and very invasive implant surgery. When things go wrong, you got to know what to do, and the oral surgeons do. So just something. Anna, ask us something. Sure. What I'd like to ask you is, do you think it's right for people without loans to be judged by others who do have loans? Does that make sense? What are your thoughts? Umberto followed the live creator. Umberto, what's up, man? Umberto said, hey, Dr. Gawu, thanks for adding me on LinkedIn. Got you, Umberto. Thanks for adding me on here as well as on LinkedIn. Great to connect. Guys, everyone, get me on LinkedIn. Let's touch base there. I put out a lot of educational content there. I do these quick reviews. I also do the question of the day. Question of the day, I do there, and then the explanation I do on podcast. If you're looking for the explanation of questions, I also do those explanations for the Students of Dentistry account on Instagram, as well as my personal account on Instagram, if you're looking to look into those. And as a KSFRN66, brutal condition. I've seen it several times in the ICU. Yeah. Big Joss Hart. Any externship tips? Yeah, just look. I would schedule externships at reach schools like programs that you don't expect to get an interview at or whatnot. That's what I'd recommend. I would try and get at least 3 in. 3 is like the magic number. If you could do more, that's great. And when you go into the externship, just go get to everything 15 minutes early. Stay till the last thing that when they say you're good to go home. and always be ready to lend a helping hand. Hey, can I pour up those models for you? Hey, can I assist you on this? Do you need help? Hey, can I do this? How can I help? You know, Dev Patel, what are you most proud of outside of medicine? Well, I'm very proud of. Great question. Thanks, Dev. I'm very proud of. The mentoring I do here, education through TikTok, through Instagram. I do the Q&A session through the story once a month on Instagram at the end of every month. So next week I'll be doing that. Proud of my friends and family. I always try and be there for them when I can, despite having a rigorous work schedule with residency. I would say I'm proud of outside of medicine and dentistry. Proud of staying fit. I make a lot of effort to work out, to go on runs, abs. I do 10-minute ab workout mornings. I got back on that this last week. I do that for several months of the year, maybe more. Yeah, there's a lot of things. I'm proud that I played basketball in college. Not bragging. I did make second team all conference for the Skyline Conference my second year of college, I thought that was a pretty neat accomplishment. Even bigger than that was my team at NYU Poly. We won the last game. So NYU had bought the school several years prior, and then they consolidated everyone into the main NYU team. And our last game of history at NYU Poly, we won, and that was the most amazing basketball game I've played. I've scored 40 points on Farmingdale State. I've scored 34 points against York College, where I only missed one shot the whole game, went 12 for 13. These are all great and everything. I'm not bragging. By far and away, the best experience in basketball was winning that last game with the team at NYU Poly, the last game in history over there. That was the greatest experience. I'm very proud of that one. Ghastly, what's on the wrist today? Tag Heuer. I will be posting this on podcast and on YouTube channel later. So if I actually showed it off before. If you wanna listen, take that out. What is your go-to jacket? I know it gets cold in New York. Oh, a pea coat if I want to look nice. I have a G Crew, like a nice what's it called? Not velvet. It's what's the soft anyway, forget. I don't know. I just maybe the pea coat just it looks good, but it's also like 15 years old, so I don't know. Whoa, whew, lots of okay. Where was I? Eric Gordon, yes. Don't judge. Thank you, Eric. Yes. Good. Nicole G from Long Island. I need to be more clear. Whole mouth of dental implants, and my temps keep fracturing in the same spot. Oh. That's going to be a restorative dentistry question. I gotcha. I'm not sure. I don't know the temps that you have. I don't know the implants. I haven't seen your x-rays. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly what that would be from. Egg roll official. Med student here, by the way. What's up, egg roll? Egg roll the med student. What's going on, friend? And congrats. Med school's excellent. Very challenging to get into, and you did that. So congrats to you, and I'm proud of you for that. That's a very big feat. Victor from Dix Hills, don't judge people. It's not fair or right. Thank you, Victor. That's two against 0 right now. Awesome. Johnny Rick, what are your thoughts on OMFS surgery through the Navy residency? Oh, excellent. My boy Andrew Haber is in there right now, actually, I think. So if you know him, tell him I said hello. Really, Andrew Haber is awesome. He's from Buffalo Dental School. Eric Gordon, loans or no loans doesn't downgrade a person's amazing character. I wish people would count their blessings and be grateful and to enjoy life. Eric Gordon, if I could pin your comments to the top right now, I would, because amen to that. Eric, that's it. 3-0 now to not judge people. Lisa Ellis Brinkley, just be proud of being a great human, right? Just be proud of being a great, oh man, and let's support each other. Why there has to be so much division? Oh, why is it so much red and blue? Let's get into purple in the middle. Oh, and let's support each other for their creativity, for their endeavors, That's what it's all about. Dev Patel, that's a great response. You will be an amazing OMFS Dev. I appreciate that. And you will be amazing too. We're going to do this together. We're going to get there, and we're going to make a brighter future. I strongly believe that. And that's why I do these lives, and I can't thank you guys enough for coming on. I'm serious, really. THG HG Dues, what's up? How and when did you prep for the CBSE? Okay, so I took the CBSE 3 times. The first time I took it, I didn't study for it. I took it after my first year of D1. Okay, so I waited a full year, then I took the test. I saw what the test was like. The second time I took it was after D2 year. The third time I took it, that's when I really got the score I needed. Not what I wanted, unfortunately, but it's what I needed. That was in the middle of D3 year. Okay, so 3 times. And the bulk of my studying was about 3 months after D2 year. Okay, I only did a month of study, maybe a month and a half in the middle of D3 year before I took it the third time. And that's when I got the score I need. I only got a little bump, though, with that extra month of studying. About 3 months, I did 2 passes through UWorld, almost finished the second pass. 2 passes through UWorld. I did Pathoma. I did first aid, obviously. I used the PDF version because you can Command F everything and get through it quicker. First pass through UWorld, I did section by section, studying with Pathoma, first aid, Sketchy Micro, Sketchy Farm. Second pass through UWorld was doing all the questions randomized, right? For test taking strategy and getting used to it there. Doing 2 to 5 blocks a day. I hit 5 blocks a day a couple times on weekends. Unreal. Wouldn't recommend doing that. Sometimes you have to, though. So that was it. Vixter fleece. It's not fleece. It's not flat. It's not fleece. It's and it's a nice it's a nice overcoat that's like a long one. Got it from J. Crew. It's navy blue. I forget. Smitty88, is medicine culture in New York toxic like everybody says? It can be at times. Sometimes not. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it can. Sometimes it can be. Them 63124. Can we see your Christmas tree? Yeah. My Christmas tree's over there. It's in the corner right now. My desk's a little messy, but see the little guy? That's my little Christmas tree. Isn't that cute? My mom got that for me for the apartment years ago. Love it. Long time ago. I think she got me that in college. No, in dental school. I think it was dental school. She got me that in dental school. Yeah, my D1 year dental school. Love that little guy. I'm going to have that for a long time. Johnny Rick, how important would you say research is to get into OMFS residency? Creighton doesn't focus on it. No, look, it's not that important. I did research in dental school, but look, this is my analogy, right? 8 of my 14 or 15 interviews, 8 of them asked me about playing the violin. 1 or 2 asked me about research at all, right? So, look, I did it, and from my experience, look, it most programs didn't consider it too highly. Nicole G, so sad, but people judge because they are jealous. Jealousy is a sickness you never need to explain. I agree with that. I do. Oh, and you're right. It is such a sickness. All right, guys, 8:59. I still got to eat dinner. And then I have a 24-hour overnight in SICU tomorrow. I got to get going. Umberto, last question. Hey, Dr. Gallagher, we back on now. Wanted to say thanks for adding me on LinkedIn. You got it. Thanks for adding me on LinkedIn, Umberto. I appreciate it. All right, friends, gonna sign off now. Thanks so much for joining. Love you guys. Have a great holidays. We got a couple holidays coming up. We got Christmas. It's the 23rd, so Monday in 2 days we got Christmas. We have New Year's Eve, New Year's Day next weekend. Wishing you all a safe holiday as well, okay? And let's start off this new year with a bang. All right, friends. Love you. Good night. Signing off now. Happy holidays.